Welcome everyone, it's the Patient Toddler coming at you with another almost weekly live stream. It's not a real weekly live stream because I have missed out on several weeks before and probably going to miss out the next week as well. So it's a bi-weekly stream now, but welcome everyone to the stream that is already here. And we are going to cover some very big topics, awesome topics today. We are going to talk about a little bit about the CPI numbers that came out. We are doing a little bit of a market watch. We are going to look at Veve and Ecomi markets. We are going to look at the Miles Morales drop and talk about the implications of this drop for the Veve market, for our favorite project. And we are going to go obviously in our main topic, and that is if or whether NFTs are a security, and the SEC is heavily cracking down on NFTs right now, or at least it seems like it. Media is pushing it like if the SEC was heavily after the NFTs. And we are going to look into a little bit into what the security is, what the SEC does, how the articles are written. And then in the end, we are going to talk a little bit about Veve and Target, about fidgetals. And we have a post from IMX that I found very interesting as the cherry on the top of the cake, so to say. And we have some people here already before the stream. Roger gave me his support already. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. And also Bumblebee is already here in the room. So guys, let me know. This was a very difficult drop today. Let's maybe start out with this. How did you do? Did you hit? Do we have a winner here, or have we all missed out? Because I certainly took a big L on this drop. Reason being, probably my internet connection wasn't good enough, or I just was unlucky. From the market, it didn't seem that there were so many bots, so it seemed to be very bot protected, but they were so scarce, that the additions were so scarce. But we are going to look at this a little bit more into the stream. Big Money Fuentes, let's go. Welcome to the stream, Big Money. And Bumblebee already says he has no luck. While you are telling me how you did on the drop, we need to do a little bit of housekeeping, and that is, first of all, if you are watching this video right now or afterwards, nothing of what I say here is financial advice. Do your own research, yada, yada, yada. You know the drill. Before you ape into Ecomi or the Veve collectibles, obviously. But I think we have some very bullish things to talk about. And also the news is maybe not what it seems from the headlines. I also took an L today, missed the button. Okay, Roger missed the button. So you will ask yourself forever, if you would have hit the button, could you have landed the drop? Anyways, make sure to make some noise for the algorithm. If you have recently joined right now, we have around 10 people right now in here. I'm sure there will be some people coming in a little bit later. Planet Vampire says, I've missed it too, but had fun trying. Vitimon says, PhD. We talked about this. I am pretty happy with that nickname, but yeah, it's super funny that you're using this. I missed the drop, got one off secondary, but I saw a person listed a secret rare for $7, and it was scooped up fast. I missed that one as well. Yeah, well, I didn't have the time. I was still at work. I didn't have the time to scan the market right after, and I'm usually very bad at sniping these $7 ones. But let me just pick that up here for the guys, because actually I thought this out to show to you what Vitimon says here afterwards. As you can see here, Veve Meister posted this. Hopefully you can see it. Now you can see it. So someone actually listed it for 7, and I bet this person wanted to list the drop for 7,000 right there. And as you can see on the wallet balance, he could need some of the money, although he has still a little bit more than I have. But that is what Vitimon is referring to. There were some people that gave the collectible back afterwards. after they sniped it. I think Randy said someone gave it back after sniping a partner statue. That is very big. But I think no one would. I mean, it's a mistake that you make. It sucks, but if you want to keep it, I think that should be also fine. I'm not sure how I would act if I get the secret rare that way. Probably in the role of a YouTuber, I have to give it back, but I would have some severe pains in giving that one back, to be honest. Good evening to and in here to Germany. Let me know where you are from. Guys, we are 20 people now here, so doubled already the numbers. Make sure you sub to my channel if you haven't yet. We have hit today, a couple of hours before the stream, 2,600 subs, and most of you, if not all of you, are subbed already. So I want to thank you very, very much for supporting me in this bear market times where the YouTube channels barely grow. I have had some decent growth thanks to you guys. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. And also thank you for the support under my recent video. It was an absolute grind to cut that one. But yeah, I'm really grateful for every comment in the live chat, for every comment under the videos, for every thumbs up, every free way of supporting me. That's absolutely amazing. So yeah, Horika Sabao says, yeah, missed the $7 also. Yeah, that wasn't the drop, guys. That was just some poor guy that put that out there. But I think it was harder to get the drop than to snipe this one. What up, PH? We have the Goat Slayer in the house. I hit the button using Spamgate, but missed the drop. Went shopping and picked up a Silver Surfer, Black Panther UC, Mr. Fantastic FA, and sitting on gems for Halloween drop. Whoa, Halloween drop. That's a good call. Let's talk about this a little bit more. Here's my face. So that is true. Last year, Halloween, for those of you who weren't in the space yet or came in right around this, if we remember, that was Day of the Dead stamps by USPS, and USPS was introduced as a new partner. That was the first stamp of USPS to exist on the blockchain. So I think right now the ultra rare is available for 80 gems. So that's also how you can see how something that was so hyped, I think the ultra rare went for $400, $500 in the bull run, is now available at 80. And so that is also the reason why you do not have, if you miss out on a drop, you do not have to chase it right away, because if people jump to the next shiny thing, then yeah, maybe people can scoop up what they really want to have. Maybe the Miles Morales will come down as well eventually. Let's say they drop in the next 2 months, 4 months, Son Goku. Well, then probably you can get a cheap Miles Morales after that. But the secret rare will potentially never go below a couple to 2,000, 1,000 or something like that. Who knows? We don't know. But yes, interesting. What do you think, guys, would be a good drop for Halloween? So I'm thinking about the animated collectible of Ghost Rider, for example. That could be a cool Halloween collectible, but they could also use these dates of high attention, because Halloween obviously is very commercial in comparison to other events or other dates. Maybe they use it for a promotion of a new licensor. Richie says, I landed the rare 246. Whoa, congratulations for landing something. And I think the rare is actually the coolest one of them all in term. No, that's not true. It's a very cool collectible. It's better than the ultra rare in my opinion, but the secret rare is amazing. We are going to look at this a little bit later on, because people are already flexing. Vitamin says, I assume Halloween drop is Jason, Freddy, and maybe Chucky. We haven't seen these horror movie stuff on the app yet. So really brutal stuff. So not sure if it will happen. I don't know if they will maintain a certain level where it's fitting for even children. But depends on how the collectible is made. Yes, it could be imaginable. Veve NFT is here. Thank you very much also for the comments before. And Richie number 1 is a lucky dude. So we like these little, what is that, shamrocks in the chat. So pump out those shamrocks in the chat so that people get a little bit more lucky. And we are going to dive right into the meta here. So as just for those who missed it, last live stream here, as you can see, or maybe not see because it's too small. Just let me get this a little bit bigger here for you. Last live stream was with 3 awesome guests. So if you haven't seen that yet, we had Sleeping Comics, Veve and 3, and Giant Sized Comics. So if you haven't seen that, there's a lot of information packed in this live stream here available on my channel. And other than that, check out my videos if you can. And with that, let's really jump into the meta. So let's go out with 2 to 3 minutes of market watch, just so we know where we are standing. So we are seeing Ecomi is coming in at 0.0012. It has corrected a little bit, but not moved with the Bitcoin market. And as you can see in the last week, it's outperforming everything, the dollar, the BTC. I just don't know why people always put this out like if this was a big deal, these couple of percent, because if we look at year to date, it would have been better to be in BTC or in ETH or in the dollar even than in Ecomi. So in that sense, it's not. But we never know when the Ecomi value machine kicks off, when the prices will explode. And in that sense, yeah, sometimes I'm checking this out for reasons of market. Also, the market cap. That's not the total cap. I think the market cap is here, 350 million, not too much. We know that it could easily pump in a bull market to 4 billion if it was the same level of money flowing in as the last bull run, but it will be potentially more. So we can do the math and slowly DCA. And I think this is not a bad price to DCA, and always keep some powder on the sidelines to be able to take advantage if this breaks to triple zeros. Would be cool to know where's everyone from. Yeah, would be cool. I'm from Germany. Would be great. So share this if you know. Last time we had a lot of people from France, Belgium, some from Australia, and but if I look at my YouTube stats, there are a lot of people from Malta, from Greece. I had so some neighbor countries, but all from around the world there. So that's cool. Greetings to Romania then, and welcome. I think I've never, besides you, I think you have been on my channel already, never had someone saying Romania. We have Ireland here. That's where that's why we saw the shamrocks. And I'm from Ohio in the US, so greetings to the US. It's early there. And let's check out what came from the US, because this is important for us as Ecomi, as Veve holders, because it influences everything. And we can read here that the consumer price index, the CPI numbers, came out today, 8.2%. That's according to CNBC, an increase of 0.4%. And keep in mind, guys, this is besides the rate hikes that we have already seen of several times, 75 basis points, 75 basis points and 50 basis points. It didn't have the impact that was wished. Veve Walt is in the house. Hi, Hodler. Indiana, USA here. Greetings to Indiana, USA. I saw, if I'm not mistaken, that you also didn't hit the drop. You took an L like me. And I was scared before that I couldn't log into the app because I got the spinning circle, because I didn't follow your advice and just stay in the app. I wanted to make everything right and just reinitiate. So I got almost kicked out there, but I managed to come in the app just to see the sold out button. So guys, one thing, before that drop, I got or I looked at all the drop tips from Veve Vault. They are actually, if you do not land drops, which is obviously impossible right now because there are drops are sitting on the shelf. But if you have drops like this, make sure to check out Veve Vault's drop tip videos that he usually launches the day before the drop. Of every drop modality, like this time was a blind box. He shows exactly where the button is. He shows you how to get the buy button back to go for the rebound, so you can really get an edge over the usual retail market by using these drop tips. Obviously, it's not a guarantee that you then hit it, but thanks to him, I have more golden moments that I would have had if it wasn't for him. So in October last year, I think, it was so hard to hit drops, and I watched those videos, and he was encouraging everyone to just go for it, go for it, go for it. I think I hit the golden homer, what it was, 30 minutes in or so on the rebound. So yeah, that was crazy. We have France, Veve NFTs France, Vitimon from the US watching from Trudeau International. Is that an airport? I think so. Liverpool, UK. Greetings to Liverpool. Great football culture there. I didn't get one either. Yeah, that's what I thought. I watched your live stream a little bit after that, and yeah. Veve Vault in the house. Germany, obviously, Bumblebee from Germany. You're welcome, and I hope we are going to land the next big drop. Like we can miss out on Miles Morales, Mr. Vault, if we get the Pokemons and Son Gokus of this world. Hi from Connecticut. True, thanks, Vivo. Yes, Montreal, Canada. Okay. Montreal, Canada is also here. There are a lot of people from Canada joining. Geez, I wish I had some money to DCA. Mortgage rates and energy is brutal in UK right now. Hard to survive each month, bro. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, this is also true for Germany. Germany has just reported inflation rates in 2 digits, if I'm not mistaken, like 10%. The highest since the Second World War, I think it's now. Yeah, so we are in severe trouble. But on the other hand, also the ECB or ECB, European Central Bank, did not hike the rates like the Fed did. So I think the Fed is like front running this for 6 months. We are at 1.25% here, and the Fed is like on 3.25% or so of total interest rate. So that's going to be crazy. Anyways, quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is actually the whole drop that we saw before was bought up again, because probably people expected something worse than only a 0.4% increase. However, it's unbelievable, because I mean, this is just not a good development, and that inflation rate doesn't go down. Honestly, I would have expected a severe drop, but it can still happen. Been following Veve Vault since Clockgate. Oh yeah, was that or what? No, that was Rhythmgate. What was Clockgate exactly? Yeah, Veve Vault. Veve Vault is the OG. Drunken Master's an OG. If you remember the Clockgate, I don't know how this was called before, but I learned the Align Gate on Veve Vault's channel, so I was pretty happy after discovering that. After not hitting comics anymore, we have JQ NYC. New York City is here. The Big Apple is here. Captain Veve is here from Germany, from Berlin. Fellow YouTuber, German content. If you're German and you're capable of understanding German, then head over to his channel as well. Give him a subscribe, give him some likes, and check out his content as well. It's cool that we have so many local fans. I saw this AMA of France. There are some YouTubers I've never seen before. So it's really cool that we have some people specializing on the German side as well. So we have Caro here, also fellow German. There is a German Telegram group as well. It's called Veve Germany or Veve Deutschland. I'm not quite sure about the name right now. I think it's Veve Germany. So if you're German, join that Telegram group. You can get an edge there as well. Clockgate was the best. You could fast forward your phone's clock and get a huge advantage on the drop. Holy. But this was before the Marvel comics, or did I miss that? I actually started looking into the drops with the golden a little bit before the golden moments, when it was almost impossible to hit drops. Before that, on I came in on the MC1 drop, on the first Marvel comic drop, and I just hit it, and it ran through and showed me a number, and then I was like, oh, there's still a buy, but okay, I go for one more. So some people stacked, and I had no idea that you could stack. Otherwise, I obviously would have done that. And then I got 2 on the Journey into Mystery, which was the second one. And then I started understanding that you can X out and stack more comics. So it was crazy in the beginning, how much you did not know. And now you wish you had a time machine to go back and at least max out your purchases on some of these comics. However, Ecomi, as you can see, this is, in my opinion, the cash out Bitcoin relief rally, when people, this is the Ecomi chart, so against the US dollar on Sendex, we had this, it's basically a pump and dump if you see this. I mean, there was no real reason other than a little bit of a relief rally, and then you had this dump back into structure, and then we had 1 month sideways, and we lost that structure as well. So what I'm doing is, since here I started DCAing again. If you were subscribed to my channel, you would know that this was the plan. And that's basically it. Veve absolutely boring. My theory is big buy walls and big sell walls are not letting the price break out intentionally. I think this is easy confirmable if we are looking at buy and sell walls, because I mean, Bitcoin dumped today and then recovered, and OMI did nothing. That's what happened. Maybe let's look at the Veve market quickly, because we are at it, and then we have to talk about the Miles Morales. So I'm here in my account in the web app, so maybe we can find something good here, but let's just check out the secret rare quickly. Sitting around 4,300, has come down already a little bit, obviously, because dilution probably is going to pump up again, because this is an animated collectible of one of the most famous Spider-Man. And if we are comparing this to an AF-15 comic that has 250 editions, this one is only 160 available, because of 90 held back by, is that 90 held back by Marvel, something like that. Then this has an upside potential in the direction of the AF-15 comic. Obviously, it's not that big of a grail, so that's why I say in the direction. But I do not have the funds to buy this. If you are a completely degenerate, rich, insane whale, then you can wipe the floors here. But yeah, that's basically it. Let's check out quickly the other 3, and then we get back to you in the chat. 400 for the ultra rare, also pretty scarce. I think 1,000 total of those available. And why can I jump back to what I had before? And then we have the hoodie guy with the almost Nike sneakers coming at 246. And I think, I'm not quite sure, but I think if the next big thing comes, maybe it's possible to get this one under 200, if not someone is completely buying up those all. But I think there's a chance to at least get this one for a reasonable price. What do you guys think? Are you getting it? Did you get it? Do we have some winners here? We have Don Juan Solo. Nice name. Probably a Star Wars fan from Spain or so. Are you staking any Veve? Staking? Not. Stacking? Yes. Let me go to the collection. By the way, this is my completely empty showroom called Omnipresence. I'm pretty proud of that name. I don't know if it's securing this name or if anyone can name it like this, but I have 110 collectibles, and so of the figures, and 298 comics. As you can see here, I have 8 of this, but mostly I just try to get the ones that I think are going to appreciate in value and that are looking good, like the Thanos cover. I bought the secret rare recently here for 175. I bought this villain set for pretty cheap to get some master collector program points in. So that's what I'm doing. I bought this 152 mint Daredevil, so it's potentially in the upper range of the mints. I have the Infinity Stones in case of the Gauntlet, obviously, that also you are seeing on or you have seen early on my channel that we are going for this one. If you want, we can later in the end of stream remind me if you want to see what I have in my collection. I can jump in and show you what I have. It's not too impressive. I'm not like stacking secret rares or so, but there are some good collectibles in that. Drunken Master says, yes, go way back. You could actually set your phone's date and time and trick the time counter on Veve. That's crazy. The OG stories are insane. Like if you think people remember, still some people remember the times when Todd was sitting on the shelf and no one wanted to buy it, or at least it sold very slowly. And if people knew that, probably they wouldn't be so worried about the collectibles right now during the bear market. All the golden moments stacking. Yeah, I've not a single golden moment yet double, because I'm still working on completing some sets. But I have some of them, and I want a second one of some of the cheaper ones. Yeah. Heads off to Veve Vault. He is on it on his live streams. So much going on for him to manage, and he delivers every time. I'm tired just watching him, top YouTuber. Great, and you're watching me right now, otherwise you wouldn't comment that. But yes, it's true. Veve Vault is grinding in this bear market. I have the utmost respect for the grind. I know how difficult it is because I mean I have a full-time job. I work way more than the 40 hours a week in that job, and then afterwards and in between and before and up and down, I'm trying to do the videos, and I do them out in nature, obviously, if I can. I try to do the live streams, but it's hard because like it's like a second job, and even the live streams that you do, they take a lot of preparation. So I have a lot of respect for Veve Vault because he does like daily live streams, community interaction, has great guests on his channel. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah, Veve Vault wants to see the collection. Okay, so you guys want to see the collection. So let's go. Let's see what we can see here. So as you can see, my estimated value of these collectibles is now up there. So it's out. I have done everything, like as you can see here. I got this drop. I scooped up some cheap stuff here. These are the Infinity Stones. I have a matching mint set, way too expensive, obviously, but of these, and I didn't get them on the drop. I got them on the secondary because I didn't get the drop. I have the first red. I thought that's a thing. Chimichangas. I like that pool. As you can see here, I have a poster. So it's a wild mix. As you can see here, there's no structure, no strategy. The only strategy is like, oh, this could be valuable in the future, and I like it. I did get this on the drop. Obviously, no ultra rare for me. By the way, I've never gotten anything better than a rare collectible on. For the comics, it's a different story, but for the collectibles on drop, I've never gotten something better than a rare. Not a single ultra rare on drop, not a single secret rare on drop. So the secret rares that I have, I bought them. The ultra rare here, I bought it. Yeah, I have 2 Kylo Ren lightsabers. One, I got them both on the drop. One is a low mint, 700 mint or so. I got blue and beta stuff. I got this Spider-Man. I really like this Batman, the Joe Madureira, but I'm already in the negative with this one. I have some Peely stuff here. I have 4 of those posters because it's first Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, whatever, on the blockchain, and actually they minted out way less than they should have. I have some of the Day of the Dead stamps, still going to complete this one probably in the near future. Thor, I just have to buy the ultra, the rare. Then I have the set. I have this 61 Kingo. Also, I've listed it for 9 million. Either you buy it and I'm happy, or you can just follow me on Veve by that. If you search for the 61 Kingo, then you can follow me. That's, I think, the only collectible that I've listed for 9.9 million. So most of this stuff I got either on the drop or like I participated in drops. And this is not sorted very well, as I can see. So you see, I have the set for Iron Man. This is because of the drop tricks that I had from Veve Vault. So my girlfriend got the Iron Man here, and I got the Avengers A. This is the Homer that I told you about before in the stream that I got. Why is this? I don't have 2 of those, guys. Just so you know, this is appearing again. I don't know why. Yeah, as you can see, these are repeating now here. So something must be broken in this collection. Yeah, anyways, this is the collectibles side, and then I have ton of comics. I'm just going to quickly go over some of those. So as you can see here, I have 8 of these. I have some of these low mints stacked up. I have some secret rares. I have ton of ultra rares. I have 4 of these because I like the cover. I have the rare of the AF-15. I hit that one on drop. Pretty lucky. So as you can see here, I have a ton of comics. Yeah, this is repeating now again. I don't know. This is broken because I have 300 comics, and those are definitely not 300 comics. But you get the idea. If you want to know it in value wise, I'm doing pretty good. I think for the bear market, I think I'm 1K negative right now. But I'm just keep collecting, DCAing, whatever. But that's basically it, guys. That's the collection here, and these are the recently purchased. Just have to purchase the rare of those. Let's get quickly into the Morales, because I've seen some pretty good pictures here. So this is funny because they put him into some right sneakers here. But let's see first in the chat before we go into that. What is your opinion about Veve and the SEC? I missed the first part of the stream. We didn't get to that yet, so we are going to get to that right after looking at Miles Morales, because this is the main part. Obviously, we have to talk about it, and we will have some great insights. Just stay with us a little longer, and we are going to get into it. Thank you. Couldn't do it with a full-time job, 100%. Yeah, I really hope that I really hope for everyone who's grinding right now in the bear market and has not given up, and there are certainly some YouTubers that have already given up, that they will be rewarded with, and I hopefully will grow as well in the next run up, so that I think everyone who's grinding now and passing information to people, very valuable information, and that could potentially make people rich, should be rewarded in the bull run, and will be rewarded for being around. I think it's for YouTube, it's also time in the market beats timing the market. Hey, what's up, Mr. Planet Profit? Are you in the profit? Drunkmaster said, nice to see you're holding on your matching lamp. These sets sold mine and bought ASM1. You are, and Fantastic 4-1. You are. I have sweet tooth for those. Yes. They're great. They're great. I have MC1. I have 4 commons, 1 uncommon, and a rare. But the ultra rare I don't have. And for Fantastic 4, I have everything besides ultra rare and secret rare, and ASM1 also. But maybe there will be a chance. Smash the thumbs up for this. Yes, guys, we have almost 50 people in the room right now. We are going to get into our main topics in a second, but make some noise for the algorithm, please. What the algo likes the most is thumbs up and action in the chats. So if you could do that, and if you're watching it afterwards, obviously make sure you comment and stuff like that. Mine's 888 Kingo. That's also awesome. People like that number. I think it's like what is it? 888. It's like financial fortune number or so. Great collection. Thank you very much. I'm honored that you say that, because always when I look at it, I think it's like absolutely confusing. No straight line. I should clean that up, but I can't sell some of these to get into others right now because not worth the trade-off at the moment, I think. Just got 3 people to install the Veve app while here at the airport, showing off a few comics on my iPad. It was really cool to see their reactions. Wow, that's great. Maybe you can get some more people while you wait. I also got someone of my work colleagues into Veve in the last days, and they are a little bit hesitant yet. They're looking around in the app. But the Miles Morales was actually a point where they said, damn, that's something great. And they are waiting now for the anime stuff. You should consider buying duplicates. It might be difficult to sell them at some point, psychological way. That's actually what I recommend as well, because I have the psychological barrier, and that's also what I will do. I stacked a lot of different commons I stacked so that I can start selling off commons into a pump to then get a collectible that I want more. Only 1K UR miles. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Don't forget thumb up, guys. Yes, exactly. Thanks for the thumbs up. Did you grab a miles? Nope, I didn't. I missed out. Took the L. They could drop a golden L for the guys that never got an ultra rare, secret rare. That would be good. What I like about OMI is that it dropped only as much as ETH percentage-wise. Most other altcoins got wrecked much harder. I think that's not true, depending on which time frame. Because we are underperforming ETH by 26% in the last 90 days, and by 53%, unless the numbers are wrong on Live Coin Watch. I'm just taking this for granted right now that this is true. Now we said we wanted to watch it. So I showed this here from Twitter. Just look at some of the things that we see on Twitter quickly. We had seen this guy getting wrecked, unfortunately, for $7, the secret rare. Whoever got this, congratulations. And here is a video from NFT Pirates showing how the collectible look. Look at this. The body moves. It's absolutely clean. High graphics. This looks amazing. And it breathes like there's a breathing movement while standing. So I like this a lot. Maybe one day there is a possibility for me to grab that one. But not today. Not today for 4,000 US dollars. Yeah, here's another flex from someone with the ultra rare on the balcony. Also like this a lot. Yeah, so what else do we have? Then we have the SEC probing Bored Ape creator Yuga Labs over unregistered offerings report. The key legal questions at the center of the probe, according to Bloomberg, is whether NFTs are securities. So this is the main story, obviously, for today, I think. And this is interesting because we know the Bored Apes are extremely famous. A lot of celebrities have bought Bored Apes, Mutant Apes, and other NFTs. And the big question is now, if the SEC is coming after NFTs right now, is this relevant for Ecomi? Just a quick reminder here, GDB is talking about all-time high till the bottom. Sorry if I was not clear. portfolio says, I'm sure with the lawyer team that Disney has, they have already made sure that Veve NFTs meet regulatory requirements. No doubt in my mind. So that's a very good point, a very fair point, but we should at least look at what's going on, because I think I can work out of these articles at least a point why we should not worry, as you say. I think your point is very valid. So let's just read this quickly. The US Securities and Exchange Commission is probing Yuga Labs, so there's not an official investigation yet. They are basically looking if it's worth investigating or opening an official investigation. Creator of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT collection over whether sales of its digital assets violate federal law. And here it's already getting a little bit fuzzy, because they are talking about digital assets, and we can already see where this is going. In my opinion, this is not going in the direction of the pure NFTs. According to a report from Bloomberg, citing an unnamed source close to the matter. Obviously unnamed, because you cannot leak information from these processes. At issue, the source said, and this is now interesting, with some of Yuga's non-fungible tokens are closer to stocks and thus should follow the same disclosure rules. The key legal question at the center of the probe, according to Bloomberg, is whether NFTs are securities. And this is according to Bloomberg, but from here, we can already derive they want to see if these NFTs, not the NFTs in general, are closer to stocks, and we'll see in a second why. A question the SEC has reportedly been investigating since March. People familiar with the matter said that the time that NFTs creators and crypto exchanges were being looked at. The SEC also reportedly looking into how ape coins, and I think here we have the reason why they're really looking at it. It's because of ape coin and not because of the NFT in itself. The Ethereum-based governance, it's a governance and utility tokens used with the ape ecosystem were distributed to holders of Bored Ape Yacht Club. And here's the main difference to the Veve NFTs. If you're holding Veve NFTs, you're usually not getting distributed anything. In the best case, you're getting distributed an airdrop that has been given out after a snapshot to people that are holding a specific composition of NFTs, of non-fungible tokens, but these airdrops have no measurement in value and therefore are just another NFT, just another art piece, for example, that is being distributed. But in this case, if you were a holder of non-fungible tokens, you have been given a fungible token out. Oh, we have a drop announcement apparently. So that is something that we should take a look at. Let me just quickly get out of here. There will be a USPS drop apparently, and I will just pull it up here. We have just talked in the beginning. That was funny. We have talked in the beginning about the Day of the Dead stamps that we remember, and now we have. Let me just get this here. Now we have Veve Digital Collectibles hosting the next series of USPS stamp art celebrates the unique tradition of Mexico mariachi. 6 digital collectibles drop in blind box format Saturday, 15th October, 8 a.m. And maybe they are following again more scarce approach. I like the look of these stamps a lot. I also like that we basically get something continuously for stamp collectors on the app, and we'll see how much the edition sizes are, or if these are more drops like, okay, we complete a set for cheap and maybe in the future they blow up. But I think this is great. This is also approaching Mexico again. So yeah, let's go. Thank you for the heads up, Captain Veve, always with a finger at the pulse of the market. So what you guys think about this? And also, do we have Mexicans in the chat that are happy right now that the Mexican culture gets a little bit of attention here? And, I think these are great looking, different colors. I like it. let's see how the scarcity is. Back to our SEC topic. So as I was saying, that the problem for Bored Apes is that for holding the ape NFT, you are getting rewarded in something that could easily be a currency, so a fungible token, and that is all the same measured in I think it's $4 right now. So this is like a dividend payment onto your NFT. So this would be the equivalent of if OMI was distributed to all collectible holders equally to whatever NFT you have, you would get OMI basically like a dividend. And that makes it somewhat like a stock, because for stocks you also get dividends, but that's not the only reason. But let's read first. The second reason is coming in a second. So Mutant Ape Club and Bored Ape Kennel Club members are receiving that. The tokens were first announced in March with the establishment of community-driven ApeCoin DAO. So this is the second one, because the DAO is a participation element, basically, where they can decide, is like basically they can decide that you get a dividend given out. So I think they have at least an influence, and this influence that you have via holding NFTs is like the participation rights or the voting rights that you have when you are holding stocks. So there will be, I have some telecom stocks, for example, and one time each year I get an invitation to participate in the yearly assembly where they are deciding the strategy. So this is also something like the stocks. In Veve, in Ecomi, you are not getting voting rights based on your NFTs or anything else. You had the only thing to influence something on Veve is complaining, like we always do on Twitter, and that's not bound to the NFTs. So 62% of the fixed 1 billion supply of ape coins, including 50% airdropped to existing NFT holders. Additional percentages of token were allocated to Yuga Labs and Jane Goodall Legacy Foundation, alongside launch contributors and 4 founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club. And yeah, I think this is basically the biggest problem. Now, let's look quickly at the definitions, what a security is and what it's not, because then we can see if Veve is inside or outside of these regulations. So this is very easy. Don't worry, not a wall of text. There's very, very little lines here to understand. So what is a non-security? A non-security, so what's not a security, is an alternative investment that is not traded on a public exchange. And now you could argue that the Bored Apes are traded on OpenSea. However, I think the Veve app is not a public exchange, as stocks and bonds are. Assets such as art, rare coins, life insurance, gold, diamonds are all non-securities. So this is interesting, because technically you could use diamonds as a currency, and technically you can purchase gold in fractions and shares also on the exchanges. So this goes a little bit against the definition. But here we see it. Assets such as art, rare coins, that's similar to what we have with the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens on Veve. The only thing that's different is that they are digital art and digital rare items. So no one would argue that the Miles Morales secret rare is a rare item. So non-securities by definitions are not liquid assets. That is, they cannot be easily bought or sold on demand, as no exchange exists for trading them. And that's basically not quite true, as we have seen with gold. And there are, if you take eBay, you can buy rare coins on eBay, and you can get them on next day delivery, shipped with under 24 hours. So why are rare coins no security, right? This is one argument. On the other hand, you could say, yes, but this is digitally transferable in a second from one to another. That's not the only criterion what's a security or not. And I think some of the Veve collectibles could help in their style, how they are made, like for example digital collectibles, to help to not being a security. But this is arguable, because right now you cannot transfer the Veve collectibles other than on the Veve marketplace, and the Veve marketplace is technically not a public marketplace because they can kick you out. At a public marketplace, no one can kick you out. You have to do an account, I think, at least. On the other hand, it's a public listed company and the marketplace is embedded into that company, so technically it's a public marketplace. But there are some other comparisons for the non-security issue. For example, Counter-Strike global skins for weapons. They are tradable on a public marketplace for real life currency, so for US dollars, that is called Steam. So the Steam community exchange is allowing you to sell digital items like Counter-Strike weapon skins. The difference there is that they are not NFTs yet, but technically Counter-Strike skins should be securities then, if NFTs are securities. But the SEC did not crack down on Counter-Strike skins, even though there was a very big market around that. So now the other side is, let's look at what they are saying is a security. And this is very interesting because right in the first sentence of the definition, it says the term security refers to a fungible, negotiable financial instrument that holds some type of monetary value. So the NFT itself is non-fungible, so they have to at least change up this information or this definition. A negotiable financial instrument, we could argue that a digital collectible is not a financial instrument because the orientation of it is not primarily financial, as David Yu and others said. So the problem again at the Bored Ape NFTs is that the Bored Ape NFT became a financial instrument the moment that by holding on to it, you are eligible to dividends and voting rights. So this is not the case for Veve collectibles and will never be the case. And the good thing is that they are testing, or they can observe at Bored Apes what they can and cannot do. Excuse me, guys. So I think this is very important. Then key takeaways: securities are fungible and tradable financial instruments used to raise capital in public and private markets. This is another thing. Used to raise capital, not used to make revenue, because then everything else would be a security. So more likely the Ecomi token would fall into the category of raising capital than the Veve NFTs. They are getting revenue from that they can use, but it's not the pre-IPO raising capital with monkey pictures and then afterwards rewarding people with a token that has a real life value. There are primarily three types of security: equity, which provides ownership rights to holders. We have ownership rights only to the NFT itself, but the NFT doesn't give us ownership rights to, for example, the Veve company, to Orbis or Ecomi. Debt, essentially loans repaid with periodic payments, and hybrids, which combine aspects of debt and equity. And neither of those fulfills the criterion of the Ecomi token, of the Veve NFTs. Public sales of securities are regulated by the SEC. Yeah, we saw that. Self-regulatory organizations, blah, 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 blah. Not interesting. Yeah, basically that's it. There is a test for what it's called the Howey test for what is a security or not. And basically, there can or has to be regulated as a security if there is an investment of money, obviously, that everything, like if I buy a booster pack of Pokemon cards, it's an investment of money, theoretically, if I don't open it and then want to sell it again. The investment is made into a common enterprise. This is not the case if you buy individually a collectible, in my opinion. The investors expect to make a profit from their investment. This accounts for rare coins as well. So this is all those criteria have to apply. And the big question is, and I think this is why they put the Ecomi token to talk about the crypto side as a utility token that you stake and therefore get benefits on collectibles that theoretically are not with the objective of making money, but of collecting. So I think this is the reason why we never will see from Veve a staking mechanism where you can earn APY in Ecomi tokens, because you will be always safe from the accusation that you invest into Ecomi to get a revenue. And I think this revenue expectation is always directed at the company, that you get a revenue from the company. Like when you make an investment in stocks, then you are expecting a profit from that investment in terms of dividends or performance of the company. But in terms of the Veve collectibles or the Ecomi token, you do not have that direct link to the performance, to the revenue of Veve. So therefore, I think this does not apply. But this will be a close one, because depending on how they judge other coins, this could be applied to at least a Ecomi token. Any expected profits or returns are due to the actions of a third party or promoter. And that is, again, this is exactly this, that the company acts so that you get a revenue. And in the case of Bored Apes, exactly that happened. The holders of the apes, they bought this, they launched the ape coin. If you would buy certain amounts of mutant apes, you would get a return from the company's revenues in ApeCoin, a participation. So the revenue that are getting relies on the performance of the company. But we have heard that, David, you said that no matter if Veve exists or not, you will have the first collectibles on the blockchain, yada yada, they will be valuable. So they will be valuable even if Veve wouldn't do anything anymore. So if they would free them onto the exchanges, you wouldn't rely on any performance on the actions of a third party to have someone else give you money for that. And then it's more like gold, which is not a security. You can also, so for example, gold, if you buy a gold bar and sell it, you're not relying on the actions of a third party to have more money. But just because of supply and demand, you are getting more or less. This would apply to our Veve collectibles, in my opinion. And guys, if you are disagreeing and you see more risk than I see, then please tell me. And the last point here to this is what who said that before? With the portfolio said that before. The companies that are launching these NFTs on Veve, they don't want that their name is put together with unregistered securities and pursued by the SEC. So potentially, at least a control freak company like Disney will have investigated the whole concept a lot, and they are probably still evaluating what is going on, and they are aware before the news are aware what the current state of the law is. So I doubt they would have launched a partner statue into a project that has the objective, and potentially they have even advised the Ecomi Veve team on, for example, we have seen the separation of Ecomi and Veve under Orbis. So they are not one anymore. They are two separate entities. Probably these lawyer teams have given them a heads up on, hey, you cannot do it like this, because otherwise your system will fail. If I was Disney and I want a company to succeed, I would give them this legal advice. Vitimon says, Charles Hoskinson met with members of CFTC, SEC, and other elected reps yesterday, and the impression I got from all of this was they do not want to cede innovation to China. Charles said the impression he got from the meetings was bipartisan bill will be introduced in 2023, giving the CFTC the ability to regulate crypto and not the SEC and their Howey test. Yes, and also the Howey test is, I think, from 1946 or so, as it says in this article. That would be like applying laws from when you went with a horse in front of the wagon to motorized cars. So yeah, there needs to be a change. I think this is spot on. This is great information. Thank you for passing that on to us, Vitimon. I think you earned your PhD for that. But I agree with you that if you were to regulate down crypto and NFTs and all these disruptive innovations that we are seeing right now, because we are in that fight zone. If you have seen 2 videos ago, I made a comparison onto I called it the Gandhi cycle. It's like first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. Now with crypto, we are in the fighting zone right now. With NFTs, we seem to enter this right now with this article, at least with Yuga. So I completely agree with you that there needs to be a change in how you regulate this. And if you regulate it too much, you will shut down innovation completely. And if you do that, this could be the end of an empire as we know it. And I would never stake OMI because you have to give up your private keys. No liquid staking currently available for ETH tokens. Yeah, it's true. If you have it on an exchange like Ascendex, then if the exchange collapses in this Lehman-like situation that we have covered a couple of months ago in the waterfall collapse of BTC, we saw some exchanges go away with all their staking pools and everything just gone. Like I think what was it? 3 Arrows Capital, Celsius. Some other exchanges that people will never see their funds again, or like with Mt. Gox, like 8 years after that, what's left over and didn't die. So yeah, I think this is good advice. Do not let your crypto all on an exchange, your OMI. I have a couple of 100,000 staked on Ascendex to get a little bit of the 1% OMI. So when I'm DCAing, and I think I passed these 30,000 OMI because I really DCA in a slow manner, like $25 each time I buy. I stake them so that they earn something, because I cannot or I won't afford to send everything right away to my ledger. But I have a little bit more than 1 million on my ledger. It will stay there for a long time, and now I'm just stacking up again. And while I'm stacking up, I'm staking. Maybe this will repay the transaction fee to the ledger. OMI on Cardano, I would stake every day, all day, and on Sunday. Well, if that was possible, then yes. But it's the only staking for Ecomi right now is on the Ascendex. So this is basically it. But this is the part of the securities. I think that's something we should keep an eye on. I think there are some very interesting developments, like Ripple against the SEC. The SEC cracked down on the Kardashians, I think, a while ago, and the SEC is coming after Bored Apes. And there is a line here that we can clearly see. They are going after the most hyped champ in the market. So that was Ripple at the time when they started investigating. They want to make an example that always will cover the news. And this is my argument that has no real substance, but I will put it out anyways. My opinion, if they want to win, if they would really want to win, they would have gone after a shitcoin or after a very small project that is similar to XRP, that cannot afford an army of lawyers like XRP, and then would have put that as precedence and shut down the other projects with it. But they went after XRP because they want everyone out there to know we are coming after the crypto and you're better getting out. So there is at least some point to make about this, that the SEC tries to always be in spotlight when they're cracking down on someone. And with Yuga Labs, it just supports the theory, because they could have gone after any project out there that is an NFT and that got coins for that. But they went after Yuga Labs, the Ape coin, and one of the more promising metaverse projects besides Ecomi's Veveverse, or Veve's Veveverse. So why are they always going after the hardest to win cases, if they could just create a no-name precedence? And just for the Europeans under us, the US law works similar to the UK law, which is, I think, called common law. And they do not have a codified law in that sense like we do, where the judge and the prosecutor and everyone looks for paragraphs to justify a certain judgment, and one court can rule different from another, but more on precedence cases. They're ruling like, in 1630 this case happened, so this case is similar, and that's why we have to judge this case based on that precedence. It's still valid. And then they are debating, the lawyers, about this, and then the judge and the jury, they're ruling on top of this, more or less like this. I'm not a legal expert, but it's different from what we have in Germany. It's different what we have in some other countries where you have a codified law and you always judge based on paragraphs. So if they would want to win in the US, they could do so, create a precedence, and shut down everything else. Now, that's very simplified. Probably still Ripple would appeal against this, would put together a case, a lawyer team. But anyways, it's a line that I've just observed. What else do we have? We had, just to address this quickly, we had shout out to this guy, but actually I think Brockmac Blockchain posted it before. I could just not find the tweet. Veve could be, and this is speculative, partnering with Target. And you have heard this probably, but I wanted to mention this here because it kind of fits in the topic with fidgetals and how the SEC would judge Veve NFTs. So look at this. Veve displayed true understanding of what fans actually want, especially today with a scarce drop. Sure, they love technology, but they want to share it. They want to feel part of something bigger than them. Veve partnered with the big guys and exhibited with Marvel Studios and Target, and this was not in the official protocol. So either this is written very badly and they wanted to say that Target does merchandise for Marvel and Veve partnered with Marvel, or they are leaking basically here that Veve has a partnership with Target. So this is obviously questionable. The exclusive retail partner for the upcoming content-based merch, and demonstrated how technology can reward true fans, then provide them with a cool, authentic, shareable way to prove ownership in digital worlds as well as in IRL. And this, I will put this a little bit bigger here. Oh, actually, it's not bigger when I do this, so I'll let it like this so you can read it on the side. This is good in so many ways. So first of all, you have tangible objects that will get the analog world, the analog collectors into the digital world. So you have, for example, like the Funko Pops in the shelf at Target, and people are, what's that? Okay, they buy it, they like it. Then they see, hey, I can have a digital NFT version. I heard about NFTs before because Meta, Instagram, whatever, they talked about it. Starbucks had an NFT campaign, so these are the big educators in our world. But they heard about it and now they're trying it out. So they go to the App Store, they download Veve, and they redeem a code where they get this little bubble head or whatever from Target into their app. So that's great. And also, if you think about this, you will end up, as if you're the SEC, so back to the case, you have a big problem, because now how do you separate the NFT that is attached to the collectible that you can redeem in the app and still say this is a security. If you do not have any rewards, just a code that you redeem. So I think the phygital is the way to mass adoption. You are more secure in that sense with the SEC and with regulations, because you're tapping into the physical world that is already regulated, and you're creating ties to the physical world. I think that's great. And obviously Target is gigantic, is big. You would have exposure to millions of people day by day. You would have an organic growth of people that are trying it out. So there are so many levels of how this is so good if that was really to happen. The fact of the matter is Target certainly works with Marvel for merchandise. If they would integrate Veve, then obviously after a while the phone rings at David Yu's place, and it's not only Target, but it would be then also maybe Walmart or whatever. So I think that's big news. I just wanted to share these ideas with you here as well. And guys, we have 50 people here in here. If you haven't yet, please do me the favor, go out of the full screen or go out of the video mode a little bit and smash up the like button, make noise for the algorithm. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I hit 2,600 subscribers right now. I would be happy if we could stay above that. If you unsub now, you will make me cry. So I hope you don't do that. And let's go to the next point that I have seen here, and that is Immutable X just posted this right couple of seconds. No, 1 minute after. Is that 1 minute after starting the stream, or is it before? I don't know. No, that was 30 minutes before starting the stream. So the forever growing ecosystem of Immutable X. And I think this is worth looking at. It looks good. So what do we see here? We see Illuvium, which is a known project. By the way, guys, I think Illuvium might have the same problem with the SEC as Yuga Labs, because if I'm not mistaken, they distributed a certain amount of money to all token holders or something like that. So they will have the same problem. And now you can see the foresight of Dan and David, of maybe Reese and whatever other advisors of maybe Alfred Kahn and even the guys from Immutable that are talking with them. You can see the foresight that they had when planning Ecomi and Veve. They kept away from everything despite the community demanding stuff like token staking, like airdrops. They kept away from all of this. And now we are seeing it pays off, that they were so hesitant with this. Obviously, they have missed out maybe on 1 or 2 opportunities, but better safe than sorry, in my opinion. So as we can see, probably these are games in the middle. Then we have here Ecomi and Veve on the side. We have Rarible. We know they partnered with, or they listed Veve NFTs. They have partnered with Veve, I think. We have OKX, we have Token Trove. Also, Token Trove is integrated and displays at least Veve on the side, or has displayed Veve on the side. We have GameStop here on 7. So you see, we are on OKX, we are on Raribles, we are on Token Trove. So are we going to be displayed or have something with GameStop one day? Is there a potential for being on OpenSea one day? These are all in the same circle here. TikTok is apparently part of the ecosystem, and Veve has now a TikTok account. Also good. HRO is a little bit more on the outside here. We have some of these. What are those trading card projects? So these are also cool. Obviously, if there is a community that brings people inside the Immutable X ecosystem and they try out other projects, they will find the door to Veve eventually. So they will look at these ecosystems, they will look at the marketplaces, and they will find the door. So they say forever growing ecosystem. This is only good for Veve. This is very good for Veve. And what's also very good is Veve is not out here somewhere on the outer ring, but in here, right? So that's good in my opinion. What do you guys think about this? I think that's very good. I think it's good that they took the decision to launch on an ecosystem like Immutable X that focuses on the same identity group of people, or at least people that could have an affinity to get into the other projects. And we have seen that. I mean, Veve HRO, that was a big deal. I think many people tapped into HRO and tried that out, and was heavily shilled in the community. So I think that's absolutely great. And I have seen some criticisms where people said they should have launched the NFTs on Polygon. I disagree, because if I see a project like Immutable, and if I hear the people speaking about Immutable, I think Immutable has an insane potential, is only in the beginning of growth, and I think that's a very strong ecosystem partner to have both the token and the collectibles on. So, well, what else do I have here? What do I have here? Next series? Oh yeah, that's what we are. So this is the next drop, guys. Before you head out here from the stream, do me a favor to smash up the like, to subscribe to my channel, to tap the bell, to always get notified whenever I start a live stream or do a live stream with some guests. And actually, we have here on the last minute Superstar Money joining in my hug. How are you? So patient. Keep up the great content. Thank you very much, Superstar Money. Great. By the way, we need to talk about when you are coming on my channel. That actually was a little bit under this week, but we are going to talk. We are having Superstar Money on this channel, guys. So you need to tap the bell. You need to be subscribed, because otherwise you cannot see the fighting. Maybe I think did I win on your channel? I don't know. But make sure, if you don't know them yet, make sure to check out the Superstar Money. And the daily videos, the daily uploads, they are on a grind every day. New content, inside, outside, together, alone, everything. Besnik says, do you know that in some countries like North Macedonia and other, Veve is taken off the App Store and Google Store, but that's just for new users, not for me. Can't bring more friends on Veve. That's crazy. I did know that there were some problems with drops. There was one drop where the whole region around Ukraine was blocked out. But I think because of an anti-bot algorithm, they couldn't log in and participate in the drop. Obviously, that's not in the best interest of Veve. The big question is, why did they take off Veve from the App Store? And is there a possibility to at least get them via VPN and web app? Maybe they are still it's still possible for them to create an account via VPN and web app. So if you use a VPN and you're not shown as in Macedonia, maybe you can use the system. But then again, KYC will probably prevent that. Probably you will not be able to KYC then. But this is something that I would ask the Veve support, but it's an interesting topic, because I think we should know in which countries it's not available. There was something of blacklisted countries for cash out, but for not even participating in the app, that's crazy. Any thoughts on Superman Rising with his post-credit scene coming in Black Adam? Any thoughts on Superman Rising with post-credit scene coming in Black? I honestly have no idea what you were referring to. If someone can say how we get that. Sorry, Z. I know Superman Rising, there is a post-credit scene, but I have not seen it. That's a problem. Maybe you can describe for us just what's visible there. Then we can give it a thought. Charles Delgado says, I have over 1,200 collectibles, comics, and over 6 million OMI. Wow. I'm ready for MCU. Yo, you are ready. And guys, this is the thing. Now you're saying, yo, if this guy has 1,200 collectibles, how will I ever be able to hit a drop? So let's just in the weighting system, like MCP points, whatever. So let's just say Charles here has all those MCP points, and he's really using a lot of them to get the drop. And the drop is of the size of this today very scarce Miles Morales drop. There are 3,000 editions. So you need to have 3,000 people that have more collectibles than you have right now to be able to miss out there. Because if the reservation system works like this, where like, let's say 2,000 of the 3,000 get separated for those people, then you still need 2,000 people that have more collectibles than you. So you need to only stay ahead of the crowd. I preach it all the time on the live streams. You only have to have more MCP point generating collectibles than number 2,000. Then you are already in. You only need to be the number 2,000, in fact. You just on the whole list. And Charles here with 1,200 collectibles is more in the top 200, I would say. If we look at Veve, I can try to pull that up. I think VVX tracker shows us how. Maybe that's a good thing that we are looking still. I know some people just went off because they thought it's over, and then I will see I am still online. But let me just get this up here for you guys. Where is it? There it is. There it is. Give me a second, guys. It's just here. So the VVX tracker powered by ViviFox, and if you have value from that, then make sure to support her on Ko-fi. That's where you can buy her a coffee for this awesome site. So what we want to see is when you're on the VVX tracker up here, that you go to the top 100 wallets. And so first of all, the daily net accumulation is plus 465. People are still buying like crazy. And probably also, it's from yesterday, so today's drop is not in there. But what we want to see is, so our number one whale on the app has 16,000 collectibles, okay? But as you can see here, there are only two of them that have so many collectibles, and I'm pretty sure that at least in these bigger ones, Dr. Profit is somewhere in here with all his collectibles. But let's look down here. So you are in the top 25 if you have more than 3,000 collectibles. And let's see. So yeah, as I said, I think Charles here would be in the top 1,200. So if there was a drop with only 100 collectibles, then Charles wouldn't get it by MCP. But I think it's highly unlikely that this will happen. So if there was a drop that is only 500, you still have a chance if you have a couple of hundred collectibles. Just for that one. Superstar says, you knocked me out. I need to get to hit the gym. Okay, so you hit the gym, and then you're coming on my channel, and probably I will suffer then because you're 2-1 and pumped from the gym. Monkey Pictures says Pasternak. Roger says, follow this channel for important news and thoughts. Thank you very much, Roger. That's crazy. Roger is here. Like, we're 1.5 hours already almost in the stream. Roger was here 15 minutes before, already supporting the channel. That's crazy. But that I will not forget that. That's really, if the guys, so probably the bear market takes us another 1.5 years. Probably this will be a real bad meat grinder. We're going to lose people left and right. We'll be like soldiers in war. It's like we are going to have YouTubers that don't upload anymore. We already have that. We will have people not tweeting anymore. We will have people not collecting anymore. We'll have a ton. This is also why the prices are going down. Not only dilution, but people are just not willing to purchase anymore. So let's see here. We have telling by people like these couple of thousand, they're all accumulating. The top 100, They're all look at this guy, completely insane. He bought in 1 week 660 collectibles and didn't sell one. So obviously this could be all $2 comics, and he only spent 1,300 or so. But look at this, the big guys, the biggest guys, they are accumulating big. There are some people that are just sitting on their collection. But here's one with a negative, and this seems like flip 5 to 7. So you see that? If the big boys in this market buy, why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Energy, thoughtful face. Energy, which place is yours? What are you buying today? Did you already buy a Miles Morales set? So Jose is not about collectibles. It's about the MCP that secret rares can give you, so you can have 1,000 collectible comics commons, and that's nothing for points. You would still get points, but you're right. You could have a stack of the same garbage comic and 5,000 of those, and because they are repeated, you get no points at all. So that's true. But the problem is we do not have stats and metrics on MCP points, how much people have already and how much they get. So I need to base my assumption on the collection size, because obviously if you have 16,000 collectibles, you're probably potentially not only stacking the same stuff. There are many people in these bigger brackets that have a ton of money and they buy secret rares. Obviously, Dr. Profit, for his partner statue, will not get so many MCP points, but I'm sure they made sure to also have sets. And there are people out there that have 130 sets, 250, not 200. I don't know if there are 200 sets out already, but something like close to 200 sets is possible, I think. And there are some people that have that and they get massive points. And if you have secret rare comics on top of that, you also have massive points, because I think they give 6 based on the valuation that we have right now. So that is a very good comment. Thank you, Jose, for pointing that out, because I don't want to spread the illusion that only by measuring this you can get ahead of the crowd. Obviously, you have to have the ones that generate the most points, and these you will find on the site Veve Setlist. When you're going to on Veve Setlist, you can sort by dollar. You can find the collectibles that are lowest and give you most MCP points. I think right now the Disney poster secret rares, there were before Miles Morales dropped, there was one of those posters for $25 for a secret rare, and I was like, should I buy it? And I was like, nah, I don't like them. But now I regret it because I didn't hit the drop. If duplicate comics, rarities, ultra rare, secret rare are held, these will be subject to diminishing points. Common and uncommons are excluded. That's true. And that potential, probably if you have 16,000 collectibles, even if you spread them out, you're not able to have one of each and get the maximum of master collector points that way, but I'm sure you get a ton. Yeah, 5,000 commons give you points, but nothing close to like having one of each secret rare on the app, I believe, and sets. I think there are diminishing points until like 10 stacked, and after that you don't even get, you still get a share of the points. So it's not nothing, but I think that's a discussion that is really worth to make some math examples on. So this would be good for these people that are coming with their Excel sheets. Maybe this is something for Foster, although he is more like on the Ecomi side. I don't know. Maybe I'm not the big math guy, so I don't know. Maybe I can try to make some calculations based on that, but yeah. So everything that we can see here, obviously on the great VVX tracker, is that whales are accumulating and that we have a spike in new active wallets. I think that was 7th of October. So that was, what drop was that? Was that the Scepter drop or something at Comic-Con or so? But yeah, that, I think that was the last day of Comic-Con, right? Looks good. So I don't know where the spike comes from, but it looks like New York Comic-Con. That's good. So 600 new people. So that means, just let that sink in. So these 600 new people, they are going into the app and they are looking like, secret rare comic, 500 editions. So even if only these new people would try to beat themselves about one of those secret rare comics, there's not one for each of those new people. And since we have already some that we are sitting on, yeah, you can do the math. What happens if these 600 are not the average collector from by the way, if I missed some of you, I think I missed the arcade collector that was on board. So sorry for missing you. If I missed some of your comments or so, please don't be mad at me. A lot of comments. I tried my best, and 5,000 common comics. We give you 1,250 MCP points. It's out of the MCP article. Wow. Okay, so it's not nothing. It's a lot if you stack. It's a lot. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for being here, supporting me. On your way out, hit the like button once more if you haven't yet. Once more if you haven't yet. Doesn't make sense. But if you haven't yet, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And yes, wherever you are on the world, get that out of my face here. Here, Phygital would be right now the composition. Powers of X. As Crazy Dan just said right now, patience is the key, guys. It could be that we are all passing together through the meat grinder, and yeah, these are my closing words for the market. As you can see, I cannot speak anymore. I'm exhausted from the stream. So guys, I'm going to end it here. Wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and see you in the next live stream or video. Have a good one.